Hey guys, I've lost 180 pounds and sometimes my scale creeps up, so I kind of have to do some type of reset. So right now we are going to do a carnivore-ish and a creamy reset. Listen, be careful who you share your bed with. You wake up with all kinds of dirt clods and dust and fur and eye boogers. Yeah, there's my boys. I don't know where Callie's at. She's out wandering around. I got the dog door closed, but I think last I saw her, she was resting in the porch. Lubridu's on the far end. I don't know if we can see him. Hang on, I'll show you. Let's just see if he's down there. There he is. Here's that boy. There's Lubridu, and then my sweet Sim Joe. My sweet Sammy Joe. Him's my bup. He's my buddy. Oh, and then there's this little boy. Hi, Bupper. Oh, guess who's jealous that I'm talking? He says, if you're going to talk about a good boy, it needs to be me. Because I'm the goodest boy. Are you the goodest boy? I know one kiss. Thanks, Bubba. Anyway, alright. I love you, people. I tell you. Oh, golly. Sleeping with the tank top is dangerous. You never know if you're going to wake up with one coming out the top or coming out the side, or two of them coming out the top or two of them coming out the side. You just never know what you're going to get when you're sleeping in a tank top and you got flopping, little rabbit foo-foos. How's that? Do your boobs hang low? Do they wobble to and throw? Can you tie 'em in a knot? Can you tie 'em in a bow? I can definitely throw 'em over my shoulder like a continental soldier. 'Cause my boobs hang low. They're best friends with my belly button. Alright, bye. Alright, let's make our non-carnivore coffee. Gonna have some decaf coffee. I like the instant. I'm going to look at other brands, but anyway, this is just the one I got. I think I bought another kind. Anyway, that, and then I'm going to add in a little bit of heavy cream because I want it cold today. So, I don't know if that's about 3 tablespoons maybe. More than one serving. So, this is the non-carnivore part. Got to have my chemicals, Now we're going to add a little bit of water, just a little, and then we're going to zoop. Then we're going to do it to get it all zoop together. Now we're going to froth this baby. So what I find is I've told y'all the instant doesn't blend as well. So doing this really helps. It also helps when I do that because see when how it's kind of getting theirs. It gets it out of this little jobber because it gets stuck in the things. So I'm not trying to whip it up. I just want to get it all blended. And now I just want to get all the chunks out of. Yep, I think we got them all. Now I can wash that. And we're going to get some ice and a little more water. So just a second. So I got my ice. So for those of you who use your frother back there, I wash it with hand soap and water. Like I do it like I'm washing my hands. I don't know. How do you wash your frother? So I just don't really know. I'm not. Hang on, I'm going to do a splash of my skim milk. I know it's redundant because I have fat in the cream. But I just want a splash of this. Keeps it creamy. And now we come over here. But yeah, so I just use my hand soap for washing my little thing. Because I don't want to break out I don't want to spray a bunch of Dawn. Alright. So now it's frothy. So it's definitely going to come off some of that froth as we go. Hang on, I need to find my little jobber. Alright, so I'm going to get my lid on there, my straw in there. And I bought these. Y'all, I'm just obsessed with koozies. Not even for like my regular drinks, my other regular cups, but these things, they get sweaty. And so if I put it in this, it's not leaving a bunch of sweat around. I don't like a bunch of wet whenever I pick it up. I want my hands wet, and I don't want to leave it on, countertops or my desk at work and it be wet. So, but anyway, so now I'm going to taste it. All right, let's see. Yeah. So then when I get to work today, what I often do is, as the coffee itself goes down, I start adding more cold water. Just to kind of, it dilutes it, but it just extends the life of it. So it just makes coffee flavored water still. Anyway, so there's that. I was going to tell you something, but I then forgot what it was. I'm kind of trying, I've been seeing these, I know a lot of people, I mean, we all see the bread and butter girl and all them people, they do that high-fat carnivore. I'm not saying I'm not eating a stick of butter a day, but I didn't do butter in that, but I got my heavy cream. But I'm adding 2 tablespoons of butter to my ribeye and 2 eggs. This is going to be my lunch. Again, I'm going to feel like I'm cheating on you guys when I eat it without you. If I go to my car, I'll talk to you. Sorry. So if I go to my car, I'll talk to you all. But so I'm going to take a fork. That way I don't have to slice it up. And if I remember correctly, I did not season this. So I'm going to get some seasoning. Going to need it on the boiled eggs too. I'm going to use some of my brown butter roasted garlic. Not a lot, but a little bit. This stuff, a little bit goes a long way. It comes out as a lot though. Alright, so a little of that. And so I've got some smoked sea salt. I've had the ones from Redmond's. They were fine. They were good. But, if I can get this one at Walmart, why not? So anyway, that's going to be my lunch. My brunch, my first meal of the day. I eat too mad. Like I said, I'm trying this little bit higher fat thing. Sorry, my Roomba is coming this direction. I'm trying this higher fat thing. If those of you who've been around for a long time, you know that my way of eating to lose weight. Oh, let me just go stop him. His name is Javier. Hold on. Fancy little Javier. So the way I lost my weight was the first 2 months. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Terry. I've lost 180 pounds. I lost about 26 pounds just changing the way I ate. I started, dietdoctor.com has a webpage, and I followed recipes on there. At that time, all of the recipes were free. I don't know what it's like now. But to be quite honest, you could go to any free keto webpage, or skip it. Just shop the outer aisle. So I spent the first 2 months of my weight loss journey shopping the outer aisle. So I was eating whole meat, like just meat that you buy, not processed, whole veggies from the produce section, and creams and cheeses. So I had to learn how to cook, and then seasonings, of course. And there was some red wine, and like I said, it was just a holistic, whole foods approach is how I lost 26 pounds. And while I was doing that, is whenever I heard about this carnivore diet, I'm like, what? So I started watching those videos, and then after about 2 months of doing the 2 months of just doing the whole foods thing, I started doing I started carnivore. And so for about 22 months, almost 2 years, I did carnivore. Well, the last 7 months of that carnivore, of those 22 months, I was stalled. And so during that time, I was talking to the people in the groups and stuff, and I decided to shift to a keto approach. So then I shifted to keto. Well, keto, I was watching Kim Howerton. And Kim was at that time not all about the high fat stuff. And I was also watching somebody else, Keto in the Chaos is what her channel was. And she was doing more of a low fat approach. And so no fat, because, you know, so it was things like lean, very lean meat. I ate a lot of 93% ground beef. So that was a low carb, you know, keto version, but yet low carb, or low fat. I'm so sorry. A keto version of low fat. So that's what I did, and that's how I lost another 9. Sorry, that was my last alarm. I have one set at 6, 6:10, 6:20, and 6:25. Well, it's 6:25. Baxter is down here pacing, so you guys are going to be doing this number. Anyway, so it was a keto approach, but it was lower fat. So that's how I did it. So it was low carb, but low fat. So when I was carnivore, I did try some of the high fat things, but I didn't do, you can go back. So I now have 4 playlists of my weight loss journey. I have the time where I just started and those 2 months of cleaning up my diet, the 2 years of carnivore, and then the 1.5 years of keto and low carb, or keto and low fat. And then another one, I'm trying to get it organized. It's my reverse dieting. So that's how whenever I got to my weight goal, I was reverse dieting. So anyway, so yeah, so I've got those put together. But so I didn't do a lot with the high fat like a lot of people did at the time. Let me rewind. I did at first, and I bought the Suet, and because at the time the Strong Sisters were really popular. Nose to tail guy, Dr. Saladino was big, and some other people, and they were all, got to have high fat, eat lots of suet, nose to tail, eat the liver, eat the tail, all this stuff. So I bought into that and did that for a while. But anyway, at the end, you know, is whenever I found Kelly Hogan, and I'm like, dude, if her and these people have been doing it without nose to tail for, at that time, I think it was like 10 or 12 years, 15 years. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that whole nose to tail stuff. If they're doing fine, I'll do fine. And Michaela Peterson kicked in around that time. So anyway, so I never really bought into, or I never really stuck with the high fat thing. And so I'm like, you know what? While I'm experimenting right now, why not see what happens if I do a little more higher fat? You know, if my scale doesn't go down, okay, then I just don't do it. You know what I mean? I just go back, get rid of the butter. So, you know, I feel like I'm at a stage where I'm still trying to learn about my body and learn about what helps me, what doesn't help me. So before it was about weight loss, and then it became a little bit more about health and weight loss. And so now I'm like, okay, I'm around the area I want to be. Yes, I still want to get back to 158. That is my ultimate goal. But I also want to experiment, you know. If you can't experiment, if you don't learn, if you just follow recipes your whole journey, then you're going to do just what you always done whenever you gain it all back, unless you stick with those recipes. And you are going to have to learn how to tweak your diet as you go. You know, I had to learn, okay, well, I'm stalling now for these 4 to 6 weeks. What do? Okay, well, drop some calories, take out a little bit of meat. But I did. Took about 1 ounce of meat from my lunch and supper. And then that for several weeks, and then that kept me going. Then the next time, took out about 1 ounce of meat from my lunch and supper. And then, so that's how I was able to kind of still eat the things that I was eating, but lower my calories by adjusting my meat. So anyway, so all that long rigmarole to say is, so I just thought I'm going to experiment with this higher fat thing and see what happens. And at the end of the couple weeks, okay. If it's not so good, then okay, then, you know. So, like I said, I'm just experimenting and seeing what it does for my body. I know one thing, I'm going to be pissed if my period comes back. Lord Jesus. No. You just keep that. You just keep that. So, anyway, all right. I love y'all, and I will see you. I'll see you next time I see you. Maybe on a walk today. Depends on the weather. Bye. So, hey, also, if you are doing the high-fat carnivore thing, give me, any tips below. Realistic tips. Don't be telling me to eat a whole stick of butter. Don't think I'm going to be about. Hang on, let me sit you down. I know y'all get dizzy. Don't be telling me to eat a whole stick of butter. I don't think I could do that. But anyway, so yeah, if you have any tips or tricks or anything that you're learning on your journey about high-fat carnivore-ish, let me know what you think. Because like I said, I'm just dabbling. So since I'm dabbling, it'd be fun to know somebody else's tips and tricks. Because I know several of y'all are doing BBBE. I got to count it out. BBBE. Bacon, butter, egg. No, bacon, butter, beef, and eggs. Y'all are doing that right now. I don't know how long y'all are. I think some of y'all are doing it for 30 days. Woo! Hello. I think some of y'all are doing it for 30 days. All right. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye. Hey, I didn't mean to be a snobist when it comes to your carnivore. So if you're also doing lean carnivore or nose to tail carnivore, whatever you're doing, or if you're eating veggies like a wild person, let me know. I'm okay with you too. Because I'm going to go back to my veggies at some point. Come on now. I love my salads. So anyway, this is just me kind of playing around. But that's kind of what you got to do is play around. So either way, if you're doing something fun and interesting with your eating, let me know. Okay, sorry. I didn't want you to think I was leaving you out because I love you all too. Okay, bye. Ooh, y'all, it is muggy. Look at this hairdo. Oh, my stars and garlic. How you doing? You having a decent day? It's supposed to be thunderstormy here. It's 10:07. My tummy's growling. And I had a meeting that was scheduled, but it's no longer scheduled. So now I'm kind of like, I got other stuff I could work on. And I was working on. But the problem is, I still don't, like for a distraction is what I'm talking about. But the problem is that it's a little distraction, but it ain't enough of a distraction to tell my brain to not think about my tummy. So I'm just coming outside at 10:07. I ain't going for I ain't going to be out here till 11 or anything. Don't be, in case one of my bosses are watching. By the way, look at what I did. I tucked you can't look. I tucked my badge under my armpit. So that way you don't see my badge flip-a-flopping. So we're making it. Guys, we're making it. So I'm excited for lunch, though. Oh, there's that thing I still had out there. I never did do anything. I need to take it in the trash. Look at that. I don't know where I kicked this thing off. Maybe it's a good thing that I did it. Anyway, I'm out here just wandering around. It's supposed to have thunderstorms today, but look, there's Mr. Sunshine. We work by a school bus place. A big old school bus come by a while ago. Anyway, I'm hungry. I don't want to eat because it's too early. So I'm killing time. And that's a big old pothole. Look at that pothole. That poor truck. He's going to bust out some tires. Man, that's a deep one. Can you tell how deep that is? Look how deep that is. Ooh, boy. I'm going to have to make sure I come the other way. Anyway, all right, well, bye. Lori Anderson, thank you so much for sending me that Venmo of $50. Oh my gosh, you don't have to do that. You never have to send me anything. I just appreciate you being here and spending time with me. Thank you so much, Lori Anderson. Editing Terri will get you up on the wall. Thank you. I really appreciate you sending me that. You don't ever have to do that, but thank you so much, Lori. Lori. Laurie Anderson. I got you on my wall, right here on my cabinet. You're on my cabinet of gratitude, Laurie. You're on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My 5th cabinet of gratitude. Thank you, Laurie Anderson. Y'all are going to get real used to seeing this concrete. I wanted to tell you that, yes, let's see, today's Wednesday. So Monday, I tried one of the, for anybody who's, I told y'all I'm doing this nicotine patch, not for smoking, but for my long COVID. And I had switched to the CVS brand of patches, and my heart rate was going up to 110s, 120s. So then I stopped, and I mentioned that to my doctor that I work with, and he said that some of the patches might be where you are not allowed to cut them. So I went home and I looked at the ones that I had, my original patches, and it does say that I couldn't cut them, and so it's a different brand. And so anyway, so yesterday and today I've had a 3.5 on with no heart palpitations or heart racing. So if you're somebody whose ears perked up when I was talking about nicotine patches for long COVID, and for helping quiet some of the food noise in your head, I just wanted you to know, I've heard different people online say that it is very brand specific. Some people, they have to try a different brand than, like one person, the CVS brand works best for her. Somebody else, a different brand works best for them. So sometimes you might have to change to a different brand. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that yesterday and today both, it's a micro dose, so it's not the 7 milligrams like that's in the protocol. But anyway, and as I always say, don't do it just because I do it. You do it for you. You do your own research. Don't do something just because anybody does it. Don't do it because Terry does it. Don't do it because Dr. Barry does it. Don't do it because Dr. So-and-so does it. Saladino, you do you and do your own research and see what's going to work best for you in your life, okay? That goes along with everything, not just for the patches. It goes with everything in life. Do your own research. Don't just blindly follow what Joe Blow does. I wonder if this will come out. Nope. So anyway, all right, I just want to tell you. So I've had a 3.5, which was a 21 patch cut into 21 patch cut into 6. So okay, bye. Hello. Hi. Oh, let's see. I wait about another hour. I'm trying to see how I do with 12 on, 12 off with the patch. I had mentioned earlier, I don't know if it got up on there or not, but again, this is for COVID, and I was starting to get my sense of taste and smell back, and then I had a issue with that particular patch. But the people I follow online about it, there are different people that need different patches. Like the same patch doesn't work for everybody. Anyway, enough of that. But under here is a 3.5. Supper tonight. Listen, it's funny. I understand why a lot of the carnivores they get tired. They don't always record every meal, and they try to find something special because it's literally repeat. And I'm okay with that. That's why I talk about other stuff. But I have 2 fried eggs. I have 2 pieces of bacon. They're cooked, 2 pieces of cooked bacon. And I have half of a ribeye. And this time, I remember to season it. It's okay. But I want to try something. So I have some non-fat Greek yogurt, just plain. And I added some everything but the bagel seasoning. I was like, I wonder if I could use that as like a little fun dip. So, if you're carnivore, you can definitely Well, if you're carnivore and eating dairy, that's something you could do is use some Greek yogurt. So now, got to have a bite of eggs and bacon now. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. So 2 slices of bacon and 2 tablespoons of butter. Again, I'm just going to try this for 2 weeks. I just want to see if I feel different, if the scale looks different, again, you got to experiment. You can't always do the same thing all the time. That gets boring. I left my creamy in the freezer. Hold on. So what I've been doing is I pull out 4 frozen, or I have 4 frozen steaks. And I've kind of got a rotation, kind of like I used to do. Pull out the first one that's slightly defrosted and put in another frozen one at the back. So that's my rotation, is steak. So what I've been doing is I've been taking, so it's still partially frozen, and I put in my air fryer. I hit the meat button. I think it's 370 degrees, and it's and I do it for about 16 minutes. And after 16 minutes, or after 8 minutes, I flip it, and then another 8 minutes. And then what I've been doing, I don't preheat it or anything. Maybe I should. It don't matter. This is working. So I put it in there, 16 minutes. After 8 minutes, I flip it. Then after 8 minutes, I just kind of, open it and sit while I'm heating up my skillet, my cast iron skillet. And then I get it scalding hot in that cast iron skillet. And I put it in there, and I sear it. And for, 30, 45 seconds, and I do the other side 30, 45 seconds. So my kitchen, it's so smoky in there, it's hilarious. But anyway, so that's how I've been doing my steak. But while my steak is cooking, I'm usually frying my eggs. I kind of forgot today. But I usually am frying my 2 eggs. So that's kind of been my routine. And then when I get done eating, or after my creamy is done, I have a little pan of boiling, of pan in my sink, and I put some Dawn and hot water in it, and then I scrub, let this lid soak and the blade soak, and some of my utensils that I use, and then I use that same little bin of soapy water before I put it into my dishwasher. Anything to help prevent my dishwasher. I just started this, but if it can help extend the life of my dishwasher. Snickerdoodle tastes like Snickerdoodles. It is so good. It's got that cinnamon, sugary. It's such a good flavor in that Snickerdoodle. Like some of them like, it's no good, but not good by itself. But that one really is good by itself. And then tonight I have root beer electrolytes, or root beer Zevia with a scoop of my electrolytes. And I went ahead and put in a splash of cream. So I put in this because this is what I use in my in the mornings with my coffees, to keep my coffee when it's cold from getting all wet. I just hate when the condensation gets on stuff. I know. It's funny, for somebody who has some mild to moderate OCD tendencies, I sure didn't get the cleaning tendency. I get the weird stuff. Like I'll go in a bathroom and I'll count tiles in that bathroom, or at church I used to know how many rows of bricks there were at my mom's church. I'm just a counter. I count steps when I'm going up, and I count them when I go down. My mom has 13 steps at her house. I have 13 going down into my basement and 14 going upstairs. So it's just, I don't know. I'm a counter, and that's what I say. I just got these mild, undiagnosed, But anyway, so that's what I know. And I'm going to eat, and good Lord, this is long. I'm going to eat, and I love you people. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Be nice to yourself and love yourself, because I love you and Jesus loves you. Okay, bye. Also, I got kids' church this weekend, so because I declined last weekend, but I'm on for this weekend, and I can't do it next weekend. So, and this weekend, Saturday is our family reunion, so I'll try to pan around and show you the food. Y'all know I ain't gonna be carnivore at the family reunion now. And then Sunday, me and Mom, we're gonna be eating. So my scale's gonna be going up, but that's all right. You guys, you gotta live. You gotta live. So, all right, bye.